So my capital's doing a really good job at just existing, but it can do a lot more. It's got a lot of potential here. I'm just looking at the tiles it's working, and they're generally pretty good. This is the worst tile I've got, a 2-1. I was thinking about spending 105 gold to make a 3-2-1 tile, which would effectively give it 1 more food, 1 more production, 1 more gold. It would take quite a while for that to replace that tile as being good. So maybe I won't do that for now. I want my capital to grow as quick as possible. And I think saving my gold for settlers is probably a good thing. I've realized I haven't got Magnus into Brisbane, not that it makes much of a difference, but let's do that for now. So I think what I'm going to do is get the, yes, I think we're going to get the granary, because by the time that's finished, my capital will have pushed to 9 pop and it'll hit the housing limit. Then we'll get a shrine, then a library, then a monument. So we're just going to build infrastructure for a second. I've got mostly upgraded tiles. My capital's just chilling. I've got galleys out. I'm going to use my gold for settlers. I think that's not a bad option for me, really. It's all about just making sure that we pick up a golden age next time round. I need to get myself 13 more points, 13 whole points. Look at that, 3 food, 1 production into Brisbane. That's a good tile. Looks like there is a continent to the north, or that this continent is quite spidery and it heads round in this direction. No, it is technically another continent, Rodinia. Okay, so settling over in this direction would mean getting quite a lot of era score, so something to consider for later. This is a very navally focused map. I'm actually looking, it looks like France's capital might be there. They already have Massapishi. The more and more I think about this, and this effectively applies more to games where you have a bit of a rubbish start, but a domination game is sort of coming out to me as being a really good, or at least acquiring French lands into my own. Quick war with France would easily take Geelong back, and I think La Rochelle has 3 tiles that are connected to the coast, so I could use galleys to rush that pretty quick as well. The other strategy is to use Jerusalem. Now they have 605 gold's worth of troops already. If I picked up Jerusalem, levied that army, that would be a considerable land force hitting these 2 cities at the same time. Lots of different strategies here, a lot of different strategies, and I've got about 13 turns to prepare for that, which shouldn't be too bad, being fair. Mysticism. This gives me the delightful bonus of having an extra envoy, which is good. I can't see France's capital on the shoreline, which is a little bit unfortunate. We kind of wanted to be able to see that ideally, but Jerusalem, I think Jerusalem we've got a claim soon. That would be cool. Although I want to get my government up first so I can get a double envoy bonus. I've just been holding off that because I feel like getting a 3rd city-state should just be round the corner somewhere. We'll go drama and poetry quickly because there's no point putting culture into political philosophy. As soon as I find that other city-state, it's all good. There, by the way, is another holy site. A settler. I just used my gold to buy that. It's pretty awesome. How many turns have I got left? 9 turns left on my 39 gold per turn trade deal. So yeah, we need to really think about going to war soon to just give ourselves the best chance here. La Rochelle would be such a good pickup for us. It really would. We still have the Maritime Industries card, so actually, you know what? I'm going to get the shrine, and then I'm going to go galley, 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 and we're just going to flood galleys. Now, the problem is that it's likely that they'll stick walls up before we can really do much. But we can get at least 1 city. That'll be really good. There we go. There's Auckland. Auckland! Oh, Auckland are one of those city-states that you really want as quickly as possible. So, a bit of early game war. We're going to go for oligarchy. This gives my galleys 4 combat strength, as well as any swordsmen that I'm using, men-at-arms, anything like that. I'm going to give myself revelation first, although monasticism would be really good. I want my profit as soon as I can. Getting a religion gives me some really, really useful era score. Saying that, though, I also want Diplomatic League. Yeah, I really want Diplomatic League. That is such a useful card for me because I want to be able to get Jerusalem on side really quickly. Although Auckland gives 1 production for all of my coast tiles. I am working a single coast tile. It's probably a little early to go for that one. Jerusalem's likely to have a better army for me, so let's do that and construct an encampment. Unlikely I'm going to get that, friend, but you never know. You never know. I'll boost towards theology. We'll see what happens. Actually, no, saying that military tradition because I want to switch my cards around now. Someone's already killed a city-state. That's no fun. That is a barbarian encampment. I'm just going to rush and see if we can kill this. Era score is going to be tight. I've got 7 turns until era score runs out, and I'm just thinking about getting that profit nice and quick, ideally. Yeah, I'm going to have to actually get a holy site prayer in quickly just to see if I can rush this religion nice and fast. Oh, there's Paris. I can get to Paris. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we've got to keep an eye on that one. So military tradition gives me profit points. There we go. Although actually saying that, no, there's no point going general points because there's so much pressure on that already. So we'll go conscription to save me a little bit of gold. Urban planning is not really doing much for me at the moment. What is best to get? No, I think urban planning is probably the best. Alas, profit points. We have 32. There are 5 turns left. That means we're going to have 42 plus whatever the holy site prayers is, plus a little bit more. I think I should get a religion as well as a stunning holy site. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we've got a few things here that'll help. 3 era score. There we go. That's a beautiful holy site. We like to see that. Yeah, and profit points, we're getting 4 per turn. So in 4 turns, that's 16 points. I think with one more, yeah, 1 holy site prize, we should get the religion, I hope. We're also going to settle on top of iron. And then I'll pick up this pasture to get the culture bomb there. Look at all these extra tiles in Melbourne. Lovely stuff. It's what you want to see. Oh, that tribal hut was taken by Jerusalem. That's actually a little frustrating. I kind of wanted that, but never mind. But that would be why Jerusalem's so powerful. It's got all these swordsmen. Really handy. We like that. I like to see that. That's really good. So great profit. That gives me 1 era score. And now I get to make a religion. How many turns have I got left? 2 turns. Oh, this is going to be so close. I think getting a religion gives you, is it 3 era score or is it 4? World's first religion, 3 era score. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of extra then. Levying Jerusalem would have given me the... yeah, but the problem is I can't get that envoy. I'm going to pick it up frustratingly in a couple of turns. Unless I go back a little bit. I would go to... I need to do it 2 turns ago. Turn 79 or 78, ideally. And switch out Revelation with Charismatic Leader. That would give me the envoy points to pull this off, I think. Turn 78. Oh, you know what? I don't normally do this, but this is such good strategy. If I pull off this Heroic Age, that's going to be a huge difference. Huge difference. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go back 3 turns. And we're going to see if we can make this work. So here we are, 3 turns before. So we've got 2 profit points earned this turn. We're going to get the next holy site sorted. We've got holy site prayers sorted now, so that's good. So instead of putting in the Revelation card, I'm going to put in Charismatic Leader. Now this will give me enough in order to, and we'll put in Conscription as well. This will give me enough points to take Jerusalem over. Then I can levy the troops. So yeah, that sort of works. I'm quietly confident that this strategy is a little bit better than it was. I'm also going to settle this city as well. That'll give me a little bit more era score. You know what? There's options. There were things I could have done. I like the fact that we're going back to correct them. So there is the era score from the holy site. Good. We like to see that. That's a nice addition. 3 turns away now. Okie dokie. It's all okay, I promise. The next problem I have, though, is I've got myself into a pickle where the profit is now going to appear next turn, and because of the way this marsh tile is, I can't actually move my profit across in time to found the religion. So we're not going to get the 3 era score for getting the first religion. Suddenly, that's a bit more of a problem. There's a little bit of an extra bonus for getting a desert city, so I've got a little bit more, and I do have galleys that are blindly exploring into the unknown to try and find some stuff, but that one to the north hasn't done anything. We'll ride it out for a sec. I'll see if we can make something of it. You never know. I'll take the diplomatic favour. Thank you so much. Merely passing by. No one cares. And, oh, visitor speak in awe of Canberra. Okay, that was a 10-pop city. That's a really, really good thing. There's the profit. It's 1 era score just for getting the profit. But I now have an extra envoy because of the way I move my cards around. I can give Jerusalem 1 envoy to, there we go, suzerain them, and they're the first suzerain. There's the golden age. Amazing. That's what you want to see. Heroic era. Right, this is a wonderful thing. What is France in? Are they in a dark age? Never in a golden age as well, so loyalty will continue to be a bit of a problem, but we'll make it work. Exodus of the Evangelists means that I can spread my religion around. If I went for crusade, that would be a pretty neat use of that one. I am going to build free inquiry, so commercial hubs and harbours getting more adjacency. That's something I really like. Let's do that. Penbrush and voice gives me a bit more culture as well. And I think spreading my religion at the moment is going to be more important than monumentality, so let's do that. Perfect. Simon Peter, in you come. Let's pick the religion. Now that I've got the lovely cattle symbol, feed the world. It's too good. Shrines giving you 3 food and 2 housing means that your capital and all of your other buildings that have holy sites start to generate tons and tons of population, and that lets you build more districts. It lets you produce more production from extra tiles being worked. It's really good. Crusade as well. We're going to pick up Crusade immediately, and then hopefully go and spread to the French, because they haven't got a religion. They're looking like they're trying to get a religion, but they won't pick it up in time. 150. Look at this. Bam. 5 charges. Let's go. Scythia, you're going to be brilliant to meet, because I think you're going to get all up in France's grill. Actually, no, they're friendly with France, which is a little bit annoying, but we can probably make good deals with them nice and quickly. Yeah, they love it. They love a good deal. Perfect stuff. World Congress time. I'd love it if we can produce units quicker. That would be awesome. And in terms of the resource vote, typically it goes to reducing to 0 on amenities, and typically it's whoever's got the most of something. So I'm going to go 0 to marble, because Scythia's got 2 of them, and she's also met a lot of people, so you never know. Sometimes that is the one that goes round. No marble. Literally all I did was go to the resources tab, go from the bottom and pick the one that has the most, and marble, marble, marble. Yeah, it hit everybody. It kind of... it was always going to be the one, I think. Let's levy Jerusalem quickly. Shall I do it at war, or do we wait a second? I don't know. I'm going to get Masonry quickly to pick up a battering ram. There's no walls in France at the moment, but there will be soon. The AI will always put walls up quicker than you would expect them to, so we'll keep an eye out for that one. So one trick I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the religion to France whilst I'm at war. I actually share a border with their city centre, so I'm going to move the missionary in to my own city tile to start with, and then I'll declare war, which means they won't get the movement penalty. But first, before I do that, I've got 2 horses and 2 favour, so I'm just going to get as much gold up front from France as I can. She'll still pay for this luxury, even though she's already got it, which is quite handy. And actually, I can get some of my horses back. Perfect. Done. So we've fleeced her of all of the gold we can get. Then we declare a surprise war, which they're not surprised about at all. Not even Nostradamus can predict. I'm sure they could have done. Join ongoing war. Scythia is, they're all up for it. So now the only other person I've met is also at war with France. And because I moved in before, my missionary has movement. Then I get 3 era score. Look at that. For spreading a religion whilst at war. I move my troops in that have just been scattered and hiding around, and before you know it, we're making 44 strength attacks against Geelong, which, is my city after all. Now I can levy, which gives me mercenaries boost, and also gives me more of a score for doing it. Actually, they're not close enough to have a double bonus on that one, but still handy. Look at all these tasty, tasty troops. In you come to attack France super quickly. It's all about speed in fights like this. The slinger's going to make a tiny little pathetic attack. Doesn't matter. 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack. Next turn we'll take our own city back. It'll return to the Australian Empire. Drama and poetry. Now we can take this charismatic leader off now. We've got Urban Planning, Maritime Ministries, Conscription, all are very good cards, but I could do something like Strategos to get myself, hopefully, a great general soon. Just any great general right now would be good. Scythia's stealing them all, but we could get one if we're lucky. There's this city taken, by the way. Celestial Navigation boosted because they have improved a fish for me, and I'd already improved one down here, so there's 2 sea resources that have been boosted. Convenient, huh? I did actually see that. I'm quite proud of that. One thing to keep in mind on is when I'm attacking, unfortunately, France do have a +6 combat strength bonus against me because of Deity++. That is a little unfortunate. They also have intel on my movements, apparently, which is, again, a little bit frustrating. Never mind. They might actually have printing already, unbelievably. I'm looking in the wrong tree right now. Yeah, you know what? I actually think they may have printing already, which is mad. In comes my galley. We're going to go straight into La Rochelle, and I've got myself a missionary right on the border with them. Again, this galley has got an upgrade. Naval unit, good. I'm building more galleys in cities behind. This is now the time to basically just chuck out units everywhere we can. France have 411 military strength. It's tough, but we do have capacity here. I can also get myself a battering ram quickly. That will give me just an ability to take down walls if France decide to play unfair and stick walls up mid-combat, which to be fair isn't really unfair. That is a very justifiable and sensible thing to do, but I'm going to call it unfair because it would be. Now, unfortunately, these grape shot catapults are just the worst. They're really annoying. Getting rid of them can prove really, really tricky. I'm trying my best with these swordsmen, and I think just flooding them with attacks is probably the best thing that I can do right now, but it is proving tough to break through these lines. I'm just going to pillage this harbour for myself quickly, though. All the gold you can get at war is all good gold, especially if I can save up 2,000 somehow and get myself a general. Oh, that would be a result. Also going to put the scout on the hill in the hope that their catapults attack the scout rather than my swordsman. Oh yeah, they took the bait. I'd rather the scout died. Much, much weaker as a unit. This galley is just being a problem and pillaging all of their stuff, which is quite enjoyable. I have my battering ram on the way to the front line, and bam. Another city taken with Crusade, another set of 3 era score. I've suddenly got 2 galleys now attacking La Rochelle. You can stand behind all you want and, you know, use your catapults. It's not going to help you. Which tile is this in, Ambrose? Oh, unfortunate. I was wondering if we'd be able to sort of skulk our way in there. 1 attack, and then we'll go 2 attacks. I can't quite kill the catapult, but I can do a lot of damage to it. So they killed the galley to the north, but that's fine. It just basically stopped reinforcements from attacking me for a reasonably long time there. Scripture, +5 faith per turn. It's all really handy when what you can do with your faith is produce beautiful missionaries with 5 charges that spread crusade. Always a fun thing to do. If you see enemy units embarked, shoot them. It's a really good time to do that. This catapult is still proving annoying, but I think we probably can just about clear that now with this attack. There you go. Look at that. We've got 1 catapult down. These are city-state units, by the way. I don't really care if they survive that long. I'm just trying to get this attack done. My galleys are more important because they are technically mine, but I've got reinforcements, so La Rochelle, I can actually move a swordsman through in a second and stick through. Jerusalem, it's a kind of a minor miracle that I haven't lost my levied army here because Catherine's been on 2 envoys and I've been watching that with a source of massive apprehension. But another envoy means I'm now 2 ahead and I feel a little bit more secure about leaving that city out. Scotland are not going to like me being at war with my neighbour. I don't really care if they find out where I am because they're going to be further away. That is, oh, you see, they've built a horseman, which is a bit of a problem because it's made their city slightly stronger, but they have then just put it in the sea. So I'll take that. That, as a result, is not bad. Now, Scotland have met France. They won't join in on the war, alas, but it was always worth checking. And look at these luxuries that we can get as well. I'm going to buy the marble. Yes, I'll buy the turtles. This keeps my cities nice and happy. And then we'll ask for some gold for all of the other bits. 790. I like keeping a bit of a slush fund when we're at war. It makes things a lot easier. I think we might be able to just about kill this horse. Not quite, but almost. That's good. So let's try and keep my units alive where I can. This pillage gives me 50 health. I can also, I mean, if this is a crusade attack against that catapult, that's a really good hit. So I will do that. And then I'll make this attack to, oh no, kill the catapult with that. Okay, I might lose a unit in reciprocation with that attack, but if I just make sure, yeah, that galley can kill it. So I will quickly do some plundering, attack and kill La Rochelle. That city is now mine. I've got loads of boosts, and already we've made a bit of headway into this war. Magnus, over you come. I need you to keep this city as safe as possible. There's recorded history as well, so I'm actually going to put natural philosophy in instead of the general points. I'm not really getting much from them. So 5 extra faith, 5 extra science per turn. Some really good things, and also a commercial hub. This commercial hub is now giving me 3 science per turn because of my golden age. Where is it? 3 inquiry. All commercial hubs give adjacency equal to, or give science equal to the adjacency, so that's lovely. Let's build a harbour now in my capital as well. We can finally get researcher in for Pingala. Okay, I'm on 33 science per turn. Once that goes through, now 43. A lot of extra science per turn, which is good. I'm actually going to rush cartography. If we can get caravels out with 55 strength, those are like battering rams. If you've got the naval advantage, keep the naval advantage. I've said this before in previous domination guides, but warfare in Civ kind of works in a pecking order. Whoever has the most nuclear weapons wins. Okay, that's tier 1. The more nukes you've got, the better you do. After that, it's Air Force. If you've got the most Air Force and nukes aren't a factor, you'll win, because planes are the best in Civ. You can kill naval units, you can use land units, they're just obliterate everything. After that, it's Navy. The bigger Navy beats the better army, because Navy is more maneuverable. It's difficult to attack a Navy from the land, but it's very easy to attack the land from the sea, and it gives you the space between continents. It makes movement and logistics really difficult for a land army. So it's in that order. It literally is. Okay, we lost a city-state unit, but that's fine. It literally goes nukes, then planes, then Navy, then land army. In that order. So what I'm going to do is try and leave, if I can, a bit of a builder bait on these warriors. Unfortunately, Scythia has a unit in my land, which is a bit annoying. I was just thinking actually whether or not I could sort of move a build around and make sure they attack me rather than my units, but I don't think it's possible this turn. Okay, never mind. It was a cool idea, but wasn't really able to get the execution going. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just buy an archer in this city. Machinery boosted is lovely, but now I have an extra attack to keep myself safe. So yeah, they're moving their units around. Military emergency. Oh, now, if emergencies are declared on me, then people are going to declare war on me and I will get double production. This is the secret advantage of being Australia. If I liberate a city or have a declaration of war put on me, I get double production for 10 turns. It's a massive deal. Luckily, I only have 0 favour anyway, but this war declaration means that everyone is now declared on me. So I now have, hopefully, if it works, yes, 100% extra production in all of my cities. This is where we begin to crank out everything we'd ever want. Slinger kills still. We're getting amazing stuff here. There's the archer attack. Swordsman, in you come. Good. Right. This is actually a chance to hopefully spread religion. Okay, we're just waiting on this city until we can get the religion spread. But alas, oh no, Leventa might actually attack that swordsman. That could have been a bad move. Probably. Ah, well, what are you going to do? And I'll just chop down this to fix everything in the capital, the city I've captured, as well as producing lots of stuff. Now, the problem I've got with the war is that I was getting quite a few amenities from trade. I'm not going to have those anymore, so a lot of my cities will be unhappy now. It's actually zone 0000. La Rochelle, I think, just has war weariness. Yeah, so that's not too bad, but something to keep an eye on. Let's see what happens. Okay, they have a crossbow in that city now. That's no fun. We need to keep an eye on that unit. They're also now starting to finally build walls. That's also not good. Luckily, we have a 49 strength attack, so we should be doing pretty good. And I'm going to sacrifice a few of my swordsmen to making wild attacks. We want to get that city taken as quickly as we can. In war, it's all about momentum and speed. If you can keep the speed, then generally speaking, you'll do a lot better. It's also about giving the AI a bit of a headache with not knowing where your units are going to spring from next. If you just keep throwing units at them, you'll do a lot better generally. The galleys we're now attacking. This is a promoted galley that can push through a little bit better, and there's no units in Calais. So I'm actually going to just move my missionary to the land, and we can start spreading again whilst we're at war. It's 3 era score, so why would you not? Because I've got such crazy science, I'm just dipping into pikemen quickly, because I can produce spearmen nice and cheap. I've got a lot of spare coin. I have a battering ram. If I make 2 or 3 spearmen and then upgrade them, the pikemen will run in and do a huge amount of damage to Paris. The great lighthouse I've captured as well is really useful because my galleys now have 5 movement, which is a really big deal. So crossbows, okay, I've just found a crossbow in Paris. That's fine. Leventa has men-at-arms. Not so fine, but as I say, right now the priority is just to do damage to this city. So we're not just moving our units in. If I can take Ambrose quick, I'll be very happy. I'll be very, very happy indeed. Now, one thing I didn't spot at the time is I haven't got any iron. Because I haven't got iron, my swordsmen aren't healing. It's a bit of a problem. We want to make sure that we're healing, so we'll make sure that we're looking at that in a second. There's no point effectively in making my swordsmen heal. They might as well just keep advancing forward. I just swapped to Agogi because I can now start to mass produce spearmen, which is a pretty decent strategy for me. I've got another harbour appearing in my capital that'll make my science even higher because the harbour has +1 adjacency, but it'll also give a nice +2 to my commercial hub, so that's quite cool. There's a crossbow firing at me from that city, which I think has walls in it as well. which is kind of a bit annoying. But here's the battering ram. I can do a very decent attack on Ambrose, and then, well, bam, the walls are almost gone. Not quite, but almost. Calais has been converted. Good. Keep attacking. Keep attacking. Whilst this war's going on, I'm actually using my capital to effectively just build itself tons of stuff whilst I'm at war. It's quite handy, actually. It's a really good opportunity to use this double production for something kind of actually constructive, like building things rather than just destroying things all the time. Calais, unfortunately, has just put walls up. Ugh, how frustrating. Never mind, it's fine. We'll go and take it out. I think... yeah, our galley rush isn't going to have too much of an effect on France right now. This is not too effective, but I can take Ambrose, which basically solidifies this southern part of the continent for myself. Rebellion in 17 turns, you say? It's not very fun. Well, there's an emergency on La Rochelle at the moment, so I can move Magnus out of the city and keep you nice and safe, and repair everything that I've stolen from that city. Pikemen are a 240 upgrade. Okay, that's not too bad, actually. Paris is 38 strength. I can't see what's going on in this city, which is a bit of a frustration. But what are you going to do? So can my galleys survive all the crossbow attacks? No, that's a bit of a problem. That means that unfortunately my missionaries are unlikely to be able to get through and convert Paris in time. So I'm going to pull back. Losing that missionary would effectively mean losing all of the religious spread we've picked up at this point. So that's not ideal. Connoisseur for Pingala. It's such a lovely capital that it all helps. 38 culture per turn now. This is actually decent yields. Not too bad. We're actually ahead of Tamaris on science. Scotland is 10 techs ahead of us. But so far, this war, I think, has come out in our favour. We've gained 2 cities. I've kind of had my attack blunted just a little bit. But I'm coming out of this in a relatively happy position. Question is, can I make peace with France in order to just solidify it? At the moment, they say there's nothing that's going to give them peace. If I gave them back... interesting. So, I could give them back 1 city and they'd take peace. Geelong is less of a thing for them, but I think La Rochelle... weirdly, so they actually... Ambrose, they put a lot of weight on. That's really interesting. I'm going to just pull the great work to my capital. It's all pillaged, it's all a bit nasty. And I don't think they'll have the loyalty to hold on to this city if I keep La Rochelle. So let's just actually... I mean, I can't move the tiles around, unfortunately, because they're occupied. But as you can see... oh yeah, look, unfortunately, keeping the book makes this deal a bit tricky. Right, so we'll have to put the book back. That's fine, I don't mind that. Often getting stuck in endless wars can be one of the most detrimental things to any campaign. I'm actually going to take the marble. We'll increase this to 3 per turn, or maybe even 4. Yeah, so I've got myself an extra luxury, and there's peace. I'll give that city back, but I took the 2 I wanted, La Rochelle with the Wonder, and I've got Geelong. Ambrose, at the moment, is looking pretty loyal, but just you wait. That will not hang around, I can guarantee it. And I've now got La Rochelle, and having this means that I'll be able to set up a nice base of operations, produce a load of units, upgrade them all, and then march on Paris again. It's all good. Like, I kind of prefer having wars where you're kind of off on, because it gives you way more opportunity. This is also the perfect opportunity now as well to spread my religion to France. Now, the thing is that they can't stop the missionaries coming in and out of their territory now. So a couple of missionaries timed with their religion, which they're going to get in 12 turns, I can just remove it almost immediately. So the next stage at the moment is I'm now spreading all of my religion to French cities that aren't going to be able to stop it. I mean, if I can isolate France to that continent, I feel like we'll be having a good time of it. Peace for France will only last so long. 55 science per turn though. Oh, it's good. Canberra's teching up, it's getting its infrastructure, it's already got a temple going, which means I've got lots of faith per turn, which is tasty. Got lots of missionaries on the way now. There's one that's heading over to France in this direction. I've got another one there. I've got another one there. Again, just keeping an eye on France's religion. 10 turns, they'll make one. I'll just have missionaries ready to go by the city as it finishes its religion, just to stomp it out. You can see France are moving all their units around to my lands now, which is fine. Like, if you want to do that, that's not a problem. Feudal contract is a really good thing. I'm actually now thinking of switching to Classical Republic to give me more great person points and an extra immunity, but I don't think that that's the thing to do right now. I think we want to stick Feudal Contract, Conscription, Scripture, Natural Philosophy, That's all lovely. And now that I've got feudalism, I can head towards military training and then mercenaries. France have now got men-at-arms, by the way, so the chance of me pushing them over anytime soon is slim. I can't just rely on me being able to push them over anymore. So getting infrastructure, settling out now, I think those are going to be more important things for me. Oh, Scotland are actually bringing fairly hardcore troops over, which is slightly worrying. Okay, yeah, war is not going well for me at the moment. So Classical Republic, we're going to switch to. I like this. It's a really good government. It really helps. Defensive buildings, I'm going to put a few of those up so that when we go monarchy, we'll be able to put some diplomatic favour up. And it also keeps my cities nice and safe as well. First envoy counts as 2 because I want more city-state friends. I think Auckland is going to be a good place for us, just because of the extra production and also visibility in this area of the map. So let's do that. I'll also spread my religion there as well. We've also got cartography, which means I can now put caravels into the sea. We can go and explore the world a little bit more and pester our enemies. Horseback riding. How are we doing on tech? 19 versus 30. Yeah, we were beelining a little bit, admittedly. Let's get mercenaries done quick, and then we can worry about that in a second. I'm actually just going to get some ancient walls up in all of my perimeter cities quickly as well. Whilst I've got limes, I might as well make use of it. Paris has privateers. Oh, well, we need to be a little bit careful about leaving units out at sea, I think. I may have just culture bombed again by making a pasture right next to Ambrose, but you know, I don't feel too bad about it really. It's always good fun. Apprenticeship. That means we can get industrial zones. They make a big difference. Almost have Auckland as well. So we're hanging on. It's almost like France is leaving units around La Rochelle because they know there's a military emergency there, but they also know that we're not at war. So it's like, what do we do? There's the profit, by the way. So I have my missionaries kind of ready to go. We'll see if we can get rid of this religion nice and quick. They haven't really got any faith. I think they may have just used all their faith to get the profit in the first place. There we go. Look, Catholicism. Oh, it got rid of all my religion. I was hoping it would at least keep some of the religion, but no, never mind. We can just throw religion at that city. I'm just going to switch some cards over now. Limes can go out because we've just finished a lot of the different walls. Serfdom comes in so that when I go to La Rochelle and I get myself a builder that's got 5 charges and I can chop down the woods, finish the holy site and get rid of that religion. Also now Auckland. Yay! Yerevan. Oh, loads of faith city-states this game. Scotland have decided to pull units into my land and attack my lovely pikemen. Stop it. These are very special pikemen and they mean a lot to me. I'd rather you didn't break them. So I've left this builder deliberately in the hope that the man-at-arms will attack it. It's kind of a bit of a trap and one I think that they should fall for. Oh yeah, they did fall for it, but wow, Scotland have appeared with a lot of man-at-arms. That's quite scary. Okay, never mind. Trade policy. Give me trade routes, please, and let me generate fewer grievances. I mean, ultimately, I'm going to get probably... Oh no, somebody else got both of those. Wow, someone in this world is doing a lot of terrible things. For once, doesn't look like it's me, which is quite cool. There we go. We've removed the religion, and I'm just going to take the grievances because there's nothing you can do about it. Haha! Catholicism removed from all cities. Oh, I lost one of my, I lost my archer to a pike and shot, which is a very tough unit. Oh, Scotland is actually doing way more in this fight, as is often the case, than the actual person that I offended in the first place. But there we go, we've taken one city out. I mean, I'm going to lose all my units here, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a pain. La Rochelle should hold, because I'm just about to put crossbows in it, and I can get myself a caravel in the city to boost the city strength to 60. So we're not going to take it. It's just a bit frustrating. It's like, please go away. In fact, I'm going to put bastions on briefly because then it's now at 66 strength and it has even more attacking power. So that's really cool. We've only got to survive 8 turns. 8 turns and then we're okay. Again, France, they're invading, but they're not at war with me. So, I mean, you can do this as much as you want. You're not going to gain anything from it. Missionary has given us crossbows. Now, I want to go for aqueducts. Niter is the aqueduct boost, but I want to see if I've got Niter. I should have some in the desert. If I do, I can go for frigates, and frigates are going to help massively here to keep me safe. Yeah, there we go. There's the war from France. We were sort of expecting that, really, but that's okay. Surprise war. We've only got 5 turns on the emergency now. We can... Oh, we flipped a city whilst at war, which is good. We've got monarchy now, which is equally as good. So let's just put bastions up to the north. We'll get maritime industries back. Actually, oh no, do we want that or do we want feudal contract? We'll put feudal contract in. That's probably more important. We've got natural philosophy. We've got holy sites. And I believe we probably want serfdom as well. We can get 2 influence points more per turn. Monarchy is really cool. Now I can also look very soon to get myself, I should have actually put the card in to get a half price upgrades on my unit. That would have been slightly helpful. But the fact that I've got this caravel in means that I'm doing okay in terms of raw strength in my city. It should be able to keep itself remotely safe. If I lose La Rochelle, it's not great, but, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Let's just build crossbows quickly. That's how I'm going to defend myself. And don't forget, we now have double production in all of my cities again. It's very handy. Let's see what the damage is. They're going after my navy first, weirdly. Okay, sure. I guess I can accept that. That's fine. Oh, actually, as well, we just lost grievances with France, or they lost them against us. Because of that war, we actually can now do more against France than we kind of used to be able to think about getting away with. So that's pretty handy for me. Again, my capital is my one city that's just not getting involved. If it can help it, it doesn't want to get involved. We want to continue building a beautiful city that gets me all the yields that I could ever want. And I think Kilwa would be an amazing pickup in this city. But for now, industrial zones, aqueducts, things like that. Petra, I could build that in 9 turns and that would make the capital pretty decent. But again, it's just about whether or not the outback stations kind of make it worth it. I don't know, is the short answer. I think let's get ourselves another settler. Let's make sure we've got this iron sorted, get the infrastructure sorted, and we can go from there. I've got galleys exploring the world now, which is good. We'll get some era score doing that. We'll have our infrastructure pillaged just a touch, but again, we don't mind that. And hopefully, there we go. Our cities now have a bit more of a ranged attack. Wabam! We can start crushing boats. Oh, there's a trebuchet there. I only got 2 turns and we can get rid of this emergency. If I can get Scotland off my back, that will help a lot. How do they counterattack? Quite hard, actually. Which isn't good. I need to break the siege as a priority if I can. What's the easiest way of doing that one? Oh, there's a warrior corps there, which isn't very good. Oh, they have so many troops. So many troops, it's proving a little tricky for me. Oh, I tap the warrior. No, I want to tap the privateer. The privateer is so much handy. All right, we'll tap this one for now. But, like, I think, oh, maybe I'll lose La Rochelle. All right, I've only got 1 turn. If I can protect it 1 more turn, we might get away with it. But saying that, I need 2 era score as well. There's all sorts of problems I've got at the moment. It's just a little bit of the chaos of that early war and whether or not that was probably worth it or not. I still think it was. I think we did well. But, I mean, you could argue either way, I think. Yeah, I figured it out. I think I can evangelize my belief. I had a bunch of spare faith. So there we go. We can just make sure our religion is nice and tasty. We have it in 12 cities now. So what is the best thing to do? Do we need the extra gold? That would be worth 36 gold per turn. The extra science, that would give us a bunch of extra science, actually. Even if we're going, is it domination or science? Either one of these 2 would be really handy. So I'll go cross-cultural dialogue. I like the sound of that. That's really good. And I'm also going to go for pagoda. If you go for crusade, having, sorry, not pagoda, mosque. If that gives you 1 more spread on your religion, and that massively helps. Look, there we go, 4 era score. I knew there was a way. But we've also met the Cree as well. That probably would have done the same thing. I love it when you agonize over something and it's like, yep, that would have been helpful. I only gave me 1 era score, to be fair, so maybe not. Well, they'll buy 40 horses for a lot of gold though. Yes, Cree. Oh, I need these deals. I really need these deals quickly. And they're not going to like me, but friendship, oh, they're not ready. It was worth a try. Actually, I could get them to join a war. Do you want to join in with a war against, no, Robert, no, Catherine. They will join with Catherine though. Oh, that'll give them something to worry about. Now the question is, will I keep the city or is it a lost cause? I think it might be a lost cause, unfortunately. Oh, no, Scotland aren't attacking. They're not attacking. It's the usual thing. We spoke about this on the last game. It was in the comments. Does the AI have a problem attacking a city when somebody else is declaring the war? I think the answer is yes. So it says we win on the emergency. I don't think that's going to stick around, unfortunately, but never mind. Monumentality will help me to spread out now. I have a lot of spreading to do. Oh, I've got no walls. My caravel is stuck in the city. I'm going to lose so much stuff here. Ugh, this is painful. The only thing I could pray for is that the French haven't really brought melee troops with them, apart from that man-at-arms. So we'll do that. The warriors might do enough damage, but I don't know. I should have been attacking with the caravel before that point, to be fair. Never mind, what are you going to do? There's lots of niter about as well. 1 niter, 2 niter. Lots and lots of niter. And the Cree wants to be my friends. Let's make a military alliance with them so I can get a little bit of combat power against France. And we've met Genghis. Hello. Right, this is where we might be able to just pull this back a little bit. You can see Scotland have a very long, thin empire between them and Mongolia. The Cree have a very equally desert start to what I've got, and it looks like Scythia is sort of stuck to the north. France have by far the most space. They really got off lightly with this game. Look, there's nothing actually. If I'd sent settlers out to my right, I wouldn't have found anything. Terrible. Terrible. Right. Let's just make this even better. Come on, Crete. You can join in with more wars? They're not going to join in with more wars, are they? No, they're friends with everyone. Never mind. Mongolia will, though. They will. They'll declare on either Robert or Tamaris, so I'm going to do that. Right, declare friendship. Come on, you want to be my friend, Mongolia? Never know. We might be friends with them. We might. So La Rochelle's probably going to get lost. Yes, there we go. Is it the warriors? Oh no, there's a galley that came through. Oh, what are you going to do? Members win. That's so frustrating. That was the turn that I was going to win that emergency. Never mind. Well, what we did is we had a little bit of fun. We managed to trigger a couple of emergencies. We've made a friend in the Cree, so it's not like all the world is against us, just a significant part of the world. We're going to make some defenses now. I think I'm happy with how this game is going. Unbelievably, I'm happy with how this game is going so far. 25 techs, we're now within 7 of Scotland. I have 4 pretty decent cities. What I'm now going to do is kind of sit on my hands a little bit until the point that we can get diggers. Now, diggers are my modern era unit that have 10 extra combat strength when fighting on coastal tiles, an extra 5 when they're in neutral or foreign territory. Add that with Crusade, and we have 88, 98, 105 strength. 105 strength. They are insane. And that's before you even put upgrades or other abilities like making them into cores. Like, all that stuff is just, oh, it's so good. So yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to be an amazing addition to my empire. Scotland will take peace. I might need to bribe them a little bit for a decent peace. Are you going to get that? Yeah, okay, they'll take the peace. Good. And then Scythia, are you going to make peace? Yes, they will too. Okay, I'm now at peace with everyone. Do people dislike me anymore? It's just, actually, France have grievances with me, but nobody else does. So if everyone else chilled out for a second, we might be okay. Look at that, a city that can be liberated. We need to keep an eye on the map for liberatable cities, because as soon as I can pick one up, and as soon as we do liberate it, we'll be able to very, very nicely give ourselves double production again for another 10 turns. Plus, we can get rid of some of these grievances against us. I like the sound of both of those things. Hello, I just moved a galley into my land and there's a privateer sat there. Don't do that. Don't be like that. I was just about to bring these galleys back to upgrade them. That's not nice. France, this goes beyond the parameters of the emergency, and you know it. Popping professional army in so that I can get my galleys and start to upgrade them into caravels. I mean, yeah, these privateers are problematic, but the caravels do a lot more damage against them, so we've now got a little bit, just a small amount of an additional defense. I mean, it's still proving frustrating. We are going to have to do a lot more, but okay, yeah, as soon as France, come on, have peace, France. 23 gold per turn they want. I mean, honestly, really feels excessive. To be fair, I can give them just a bunch of tripe for peace. I'm going to take it. I'd rather have peace, make friends with everybody. They can get grievances. Look at that. Yeah, lovely. City seeded. I lost grievances with them. They may actually chill out now. Okay, no, maybe they probably won't, but everyone else will chill out, which would be nice. 2 sources of niter improved already, though, by the way. That's a really, really handy thing. Oh, I captured a spy. I mean, I want more gold than that. 20 gold per turn. Yes, I'll take it. Thank you, France. I need reparations, and your spy kind of counts as part of that. It does unfortunately mean that they probably were trying to kill my my governor, but we'll ignore that for now. One more settler. Okie dokie, Perth is looking like it can be a pretty decent city already. Nice +3 campus there. I think we're going to start with a builder and need to think about getting a government plaza down soon, actually thinking about it. If we can get a government plaza down, I'll be able to start getting myself more governors. We can actually look to get some decent... Yeah, no, I think this is going to be good. There we go. In my Magnus City. Another couple of envoys, eh? I've still got Charismatic Leader, and so I think I'm going to just put 2 into Leventa. If I can steal Leventa for the next inevitable war with France, I'll feel a lot better about it. And most importantly, I now have my first Outback station up. Huzzah! Bit of area score. Now these make adjacent pastures even better. I think they give them an extra food, but they also act as really, really good tiles that you can put down next to pastures. So, I mean, this is why keeping the pastures is a really, really good step for me. Oh, just need a little bit of extra sauce. Come on, in you get. Lovely, give me the gold. That's all good. Buy the tile. We'll culture bomb. And they can start to put some more of these farms down soon. The Cree has great respect for me, and as the grievances while away, I think we're starting to make friends with the world now. Sneakily. Nobody can stop me. I'm just sort of slowly creeping my way into all of the conversations on the diplomatic stage. No one can officially dislike me. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Salty Tech, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Doughboy91, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Kroger Brand Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Portland, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Emir EC, Henry, Rom88, Radiatore, and Private Selection Genoa Salami for all of your support, as well as everybody that leaves comments and interacts with the channel generally. Thank you so much. See you all next time.